Next, in the Civil War, you have Quiz 3, but let's review for it first. What were three things Lincoln felt needed to be addressed after the war? What to do about the many freed slaves, what to do with Confederate leaders, how to integrate the South into the Union. What helped get Lincoln reelected in 1864? Sherman won big at Atlanta and Savannah. Why were diseases such a problem for soldiers? The men had a very poor diet. There were two military substitution policies. What were they? One person could agree to fight in place of another. A person could pay $300 to get out of fighting at all. The act of leaving the armed forces without permission. Desertion. Happening in an unrestrained manner in a way regarded as a menace. Rampant. Suitable for drinking because it contains no harmful elements. Potable. Being confined, especially during wartime. Interned. To be lazy or to have a lack of discipline. Lax. To gain acceptance or approval. Woo. What was the pay for an enlistee? $13 a month. Two conditions for Southern states being allowed back into the Union were what? Ten percent of the state's voters had to want to rejoin. They had to swear allegiance to the United States. Which word best describes most of the commandants of the prison camps? Incapable. The two most notorious prison camps during the Civil War. Camp Sumter and Elmira. Why were Union prisoners so badly fed in Southern prisons? There was a shortage of food in the Confederacy. The only person charged and convicted of war crimes during the conflict was Henry Wirz. Name three characteristics of both armies. Poor diets, boredom and repetition, constant drilling. Why did the prisoner exchange program between the North and South fall apart? Because General Grant wanted black and white prisoners to be treated the same. Is this a characteristic of a Civil War prison? Overcrowding. Yes. Inept leadership. Yes. Adequate housing. No. Limited disease. No. Poor sanitation. Yes. Decent food. No. Okay, a disease brought on by a lack of vitamin C. Scurvy. Shocking or cruel acts, especially an act of wanton violence against an enemy in wartime. Atrocities. A person's often humorous account of another person or event. Anecdote. To make legal or right in the eyes of the population. Legitimize. To make something available to every person. Integrate. To denounce or criticize something as wrong. Deprecate. Why did so many immigrants sign up and join the army? It gave them a job with a steady source of income. What transpired that sealed an election victory for Lincoln in 1864? Sherman won big at Atlanta and Savannah. What did Lincoln want to do with former Confederate leaders? Give them amnesty. True or false? Lincoln rarely got involved with the war effort, allowing Grant to do his job without interference. False. The Democratic presidential candidate did not support ending the war. Who was he? George McClellan. Okay. Study that. If you had problems with any of that, go study it again. Make sure you know it before you take your quiz.